Greetings all, Fanny here for Pisces' weekly message. Pisces, as a reminder, the energy that you have today carries on with you throughout the week. So I want you to find some reason to smile or be happy about today. Even one thing that you're grateful for about today can quickly shift the energy of how the week progresses. You have the Three of Swords that came out and paired once again with the Five of Shields. These two have been hand in hand today. But ironically enough, they were in the reverse position last time. Like, someone was getting over this and chose to walk away. But in your instance, Pisces, this hurt comes from something that may have felt safe. This hurt comes from something that should have been safe. And because of it, you have had to be incredibly strong. This is very, very past tense kind of thing. Like childhood. Okay, that's interesting. Spirit, what else do you want to say about Pisces' message? You have rebirth. So that is Taliesin there in the little basket. Taliesin's story is very beautiful and one of my favorites from Celtic folklore. And I can't get into it now because I will get entirely too excited. But the essence of his story is that because of the hardships he had experienced in a previous lifetime, because of the battles he faced, in his next he was blessed with inspiration, gifts of music, of singing, of bardism and storytelling. This boy was blessed from birth and from his rebirth. You also have the Queen of Shields, or the Queen of Pentacles, someone who has complete financial and physical security. Whatever this hardship, betrayal, fear was from early life or a past life has led to how blessed you are now or are going to be blessed. Because very similar to the Awen itself, there's a good and a bad of it. Because look at the Three of Swords here and how they look coming out of the heart. And then on the Strength card, that symbol there is the Awen, the symbol of Caradwyn's inspiration, of her power, of her blessings upon people. But being the dark goddess, the goddess of motherhood itself, she understands the hurt people go through to receive those blessings. I mean, she made the Awen for her own son, who was cursed from birth. And so she was trying to change his life. Yeah, there's a sense of grief. Tears are what happen when the ice of the heart melts. And look at this situation that they're in. It's so cold and frozen. But now, look at how far she is from those mountains. She has grown up so much wiser and so much stronger because of how far she has traveled. And yet still, there are emotions to be released. There are things to cry out. And it's perfectly okay to not be ready to release that, because going back to those memories is very hard. But in your own time, when you are ready and you release them, give your child self so much love. You have your path. Dear Lord, help me trust that there is a plan far beyond what I can see through my fear and illusions. Yes, there has been a greater reason for everything you have experienced. And I know that that's so hard to hear, especially if you have experienced some horrible things from, I don't want to say any trigger words, but abuse or addictions or toxic, narcissistic, evil, codependent and draining relationships, you may ask yourself, what has been the point of all of that? I think it's to be wise, to be strong, to be unafraid. Because for you to conquer and come on the other side of that with this rebirth, you're not going to just forget everything, because that's not honoring who you were and what you went through. But moving with a detachment to the emotions, honoring the lessons, you finally feel whole inside, with or without the fulfillment of a particular desire. Ironically enough, that is when it is fulfilled. It's like when you're searching for something and you tear the house apart, but as soon as you slow down and do something else, you find it. Your path has never been one that is shared. Your path has never been one that has been calculated, because it's something that only you can do. So it's not something that's ever been pre-recorded or designated. You have loss. Sometimes you learn true offering through loss. You make a passionate invitation for love to take over and bring in her plan instead of the ego's. Very similar to the detachment card. With detachment, grief, and loss, it may sound like a lot of giving up, but that's not what it is, my love. You have signs. Instincts are messages from the inner divine. Your inner child is ready to be healed. Allow me to give compassion to that little one. Let me attend to its deepest needs and feelings. And when the world seems like it's falling apart, that's when you ground yourself. The most grounded, amazing, powerful people are actually people living what would seem like very mundane lives, because they've stayed humble and only taken what they've needed to survive and carry on through stability. And I believe you'll be very similar, because you have the humble rabbit here with the Queen of Pentacles. With a small fire, a small pot, just admiring what she has and being grateful for it, and surrounding herself with all that nature. Instead of being in a very dense place like a city, being with Mother. I swear, this little guy has come out for almost every single person. But my mom always said this was like a dark sunflower, something that only follows your unique and beautiful light. There's a world waiting on you to build it, so don't quit. Do it. There are souls waiting to hear what you have to say. Be still and know that you will always be guided, that you will always be protected, that you will be able to see through the illusions of the world and the games that people play with you. You will be able to see through it. Be the light is attached to the book here, and I think that further tells like how much your story needs to be shared, from how you've chosen joy from a lifetime of hurt. The reflections that you have gone through and what you have grown from with the little mushroom here. I mean, think about it. Mushrooms grow out of decay, out of what has been left behind. These aggressive, oppressive energies cannot hurt you anymore, and they no longer have power over you, because you have finally found happiness. And to you, it looks different from what everyone else says happiness looks like, but that is because who you are is unlike anyone else we have ever been blessed with on this realm, Pisces. And I truly love the energy that I feel in my heart right now, speaking of you and speaking to you, because you're an amazing, wonderful person who is very powerful and has so much more to share with this world than even they know. Have a beautiful day, Pisces.